Real estate agents, do you have a part-time real estate broker out there? Here's what I mean. You work hours non-stop. Sometimes you work 20 hours a week. Sometimes you might work 80 hours a week. What does your broker do? I am constantly hearing about real estate brokers that think their job is 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Guess what? I'm here to tell you it shouldn't be that way. Today's world, we are constantly having to jump to work for our buyers and sellers. This year, real estate is harder than I've ever seen it out there. I've been doing this 35 years. Over the last few years, we all kind of got spoiled. We could put signs up in the yard, and guess what happened? We got buyers standing in line, multiple offers. Not that that was always easy, because you had to write offers over and over for your buyers. You had to constantly be reviewing offers for your sellers. But one thing that's happened is this year, transactions have become harder. And in becoming harder, that means we're seeing things we haven't seen. Over 40% of the agents in today's market have never seen a market turn down. You see why? Because we've had 5 or 6 years of steady growth in the marketplace, and then COVID hit, it totally changed it. Basically, it's been a pretty easy ride. Now, here's what's happening this year though. We're constantly seeing situations that we haven't had happen in the last couple of years at least. In those situations, if you're an agent, you might need help. I am constantly seeing agents tell me that, hey, we can't get an answer until next week. Our broker's not around. Our broker doesn't work on weekends. I totally disagree with that. As a broker, I think my job is to work the same hours that my agents work. I need to be available. You see, if the agent's been trained well, if you've got a little bit of experience, a few years, 3, 4, 5, 6 years even, guess what? You're still gonna come across things you haven't seen. In my 35 years, I'm constantly seeing things I haven't seen, and I've supervised over 50,000 transactions in my career. Just last week, I had to pick up the phone and call my attorney about a situation that, I might have seen it, but it probably was 10, 15 years ago. I wanted to verify how he interpreted the contract, but I needed to get involved in the transaction. So what I'm here to tell you today is part-time broker, they just don't get it. And sometimes here in Virginia, do you know there are companies that have hundreds, even thousands of agents, and there's one broker responsible for all of those. The broker sits in a different area of the state, not even familiar with our contracts, our terms, our customs are different everywhere you go. I've worked in several markets in the state, and you know what? They're all very different, and the contracts are dramatically different. So, what I think is, as real estate agents, you really deserve better. You deserve a broker that's gonna work for you. You deserve a broker that's gonna fight for you. The other thing I hear constantly from agents and their real estate brokers, well, my broker tells me it's not worth fighting for, or my broker tells me it's not worth making an issue for. It is. That's what contracts are for. I am never afraid to go sue a client or sue another company or sue another agent because they deserve it. If they breach the contract, you need to step in. You need your broker's support. You don't need a part-time broker, you need a full-time broker.